Holy crap, y'all. I'm not going to be on here long. So much is clearing through my throat right now. It's ridiculous. Like, ever since I did that live the other night, it's just been like, so, excuse me while that continues to clear. I know I said I was going to be at the Rise Up event all weekend, and I am. We are currently on a 90-minute break. But I needed to come on and share this with you guys because it's just massive. Today is our new moon and solar eclipse in Taurus and 12 sign astrology, or in Aries, Cetus, and 13 sign astrology. I did a full live on this the other night. It is now available not only on replay here on at Doorway to Self on Instagram, but it's also on replay on the Facebook page and on YouTube, on the YouTube channel. So you guys can check that out if you missed it. Something I forgot to say the other night, which is super important because it's so potent and so powerful, is that this new moon is actually technically a black moon. So what that means is it is the second new moon to occur in 1 month's time. So we had our last new moon on the 1st of April, and then this is our second new moon this month. Black moons tend to be a time of closing chapters and really starting new beginnings. And it's specifically starting new beginnings from this foundation that we built a month ago, right? So whatever you built on the last new moon that you've kind of been taking the last month to sink into, learn about, really kind of feel into, that is going to be really anchored in this new moon. During this new moon time. That said, because it's an eclipse, there's also this incredible energy behind it in terms of like really illuminating what parts around this are inhibiting you from being able to plant that seed more deeply and allow it to sprout up with more nourishment. And so a lot of the energies today, in tandem with everything I spoke about the other night, are around how do we anchor this in a way that is so miraculous. Yeah? And I use that word specifically, miraculous, because what just occurred in the Rise Up event this morning was miraculous. We saw the entirety of this new moon eclipse in action. Everything I spoke about the other night in action. One of the facilitators, one of my dear mentors, Dove Magit, she got a call at around 3:00 this morning. So we had the beginning of the event last night, and then about 3:00 this morning, she got a call that her mother had a massive heart attack, and that it was so big that her mom was in a coma, completely unresponsive, zero response, and she, sunk into it and met up with the other facilitators and was like, okay, I don't know, are we going to move forward with today? And she got this direct message from her mom psychically saying, no, you need to go through with this. You have the strength. All of you have the strength. You need to go through with this. You need to do this event. And you need to utilize this as fuel. Hey, Megan, thanks for being here. Happy new moon and eclipse. You need to use this as fuel to help everybody else in this container to move through their grief, to send healing to whomever needs it at this time, etc. What did I talk about, you guys, the other night that this whole experience is about? is about moving into full, like moving that collective unconscious into the conscious and really understanding the power. Hi, Isabel. Thanks for being here. Really understanding the power that we have when we come together as a collective. That is what this time, what this event, what this new moon and solar eclipse are about, is anchoring what is going on in our collective unconscious into the conscious mind, anchoring that into our earth, creating a new earth. So here we are, literally there are over 100 people in this Zoom container, and these 4 facilitators all holding epic space, holding space for each other as each of them is grieving, and also holding space for all of us as we are grieving, and all of us taking turns to hold space for each other and ourselves. And we're moving through all of this. About 45 minutes into this work, Dove got a call from the hospital saying that her mom had become responsive. This is the power of collective consciousness, y'all. This is the power. Literally within 45 minutes, a container of just over 100 people was able to gather together and move through our own individual trauma, grief, anger, sadness, and then literally bring someone from a completely unconscious, unresponsive coma state into a conscious, or not conscious, she's not conscious yet, but into a responsive state. 45 minutes. 45 minutes. This woman went into a coma at 3 o'clock this morning and was completely unresponsive and came into responsiveness at around 11:30. 45 minutes of our work together. This is the power. Hey, Pocket Candy's music. Hey, Kate. Hey, Emily. Thanks all for being here. This is the power of what we can do, not only when we gather together, but when we gather together in a specified container, when we gather together with intentionality, when we gather together in this ebb and flow of allowing ourselves to have space held for us and doing our deep work, and also knowing when to pull back on that for a moment and hold space for the container and hold space for others. There is a direct ebb and flow. If you listen to your body on that, you will know exactly when the time is. And it might be minutes, right? There were moments in that 45 minutes where I was literally like 30 seconds of my own healing and then 30 seconds of holding the container, right? And it was just like ebb and flow, ebb and flow. And I was watching the energy in between the facilitators doing the exact same thing too, right? There were moments when some of them were just, whoa, just completely breaking down. And the other facilitators were there holding space for them and for the collective at that time. But I think it's so powerful when we're allowing ourselves to dip in and out of that space. And when we're able to heal ourselves as individuals, we are also acting as vessels to heal the greater collective. We are all connected in that way. And I guarantee you that Dove's mom would not have come into responsiveness if we were not doing our own work on ourselves, right? If we had gathered into that container and we were like, we're just going to send all of this love and healing light, which yes, of course, like that is powerful and it works. But if we were like, we're just going to send this to her and focus on her and not focus on ourselves. If we're going to completely remove ourselves from our space, from our bodies, or from our being, or from our healing, it wasn't, I mean, it might have worked, but definitely not in 45 minutes. There's no way. There's no way, right? So I say this as a message for so many different reasons. There are so many different lessons in this. But definitely, you know, miracles can happen. Miracles can specifically happen when we're intentional about them and when we call them in. right? And Dove specifically opened the space this morning by saying we are calling in a miracle. We're opening up this space to call in miracles today. Not only for my mom, but for all of us who are here and for our loved ones. We are calling in miracles today. And miracles happen, and I can guarantee you guys, that Dev's mom was probably not the only person who recovered in some way, shape, or form from this, right? I'm sure there are people who are connected to the other 100+ people who are in this container today, tomorrow, last night, who are also experiencing massive healing. And I wouldn't be shocked if those ripples went out to you as well. Especially if you're watching this video and you're connecting with this energy that I'm now bringing in, right? And this is the beauty, right? Is that now all 100+ of us are going out into the greater collective and bringing this energy to the greater collective to bring healing there, right? And so whomever we touch, and now whomever you touch, right? That healing is coming through. We are capable. We are capable human beings, and we are capable as a collective in community. Our unconscious mind is connected to everyone else's to everyone else's. Wow, that was a Freudian slip, or a Jungian slip, actually. To everyone else's unconscious, right? That's why it's called a collective unconscious. But anyways, I am going to now take the rest of this break time to go nourish myself and really take care of myself before we jump back into this container. But I felt so called to come on and share this information with you guys. And I hope this is helpful. I hope it sparks you. I hope it inspires you. I am sending you so much love. Take care.